So your mind is involved in everything that you do. Everything begins up here in this like really beautiful, magical brain of yours. And the positive and the negative though. And because our negative thoughts have so much power and so much energy, and they seem to be much louder than our positive thoughts, what I suggest you begin to practice, and that's really all it is, it's just a practice, you're never going to do this perfectly, is to challenge your thoughts. Don't ignore them, challenge them. So negative thoughts are always going to come, but even though they're going to come from external sources, from our reactions, from our responses, it doesn't have to control our day. It doesn't have to control our life. And by challenging the thought, questioning the thought, instead of ignoring it, which never helps anyway, you recognize that it's there. You recognize that it's a part of you. But what you begin to do is you begin to make conscious choices not to allow that negative thought process to gain momentum and bring you to taking up permanent residence in Negativeville. And that's what we don't want to do. Instead, we want to think it, question it. Is this going to enhance the way I want to feel or decrease it? Feel it. Is there anything I need here? And then heal it and move through it, move with it. This is a much healthier way to work through our thoughts instead of just, I'm going to stuff that down for later, because the more you stuff, the more you become a pressure cooker and eventually you just blow. So it's better to just deal with it right away and just get it out of there. So when the negative thought process begins and it starts to gain momentum and you start to go, I mean, you know what it's like, right? Like you think the first thought and it's the seed, and then you continue to water that seed with more negative thoughts, and it goes and it goes and it goes and it goes. When that begins, just take pause, because you're going to start to feel the emotional response from it. If you start to feel a negative physical emotional response to it, that's your time to say, I'm heading into the negative vortex here. I'm heading into Negativeville. I need to get out of here. So then take pause, put on the brakes, and say, wait, what am I thinking? What's the process of my thoughts right now? And ask yourself, is this negative thought process going to enhance my life, or is it going to take me down even further into Negativeville? Am I going to buy the house there? Am I about to move in? Am I about to take up permanent residence in Negativeville? And another question you can ask yourself is there another perspective that I can have, that I can think about, that can help me see this in a different light? Pivot, pivot, pivot. We always have the opportunity. So basically this practice, what it is imagine that your brain is a computer. And it has all of these programs in. So when something happens, a trigger happens, your brain knows how to react based on the reactions that it's had its whole life. So what you want to do is you want to put new programming in. You want to upgrade your software system. And that's really it, so that it works smoother, so that it works smarter, so that it works faster. And this is such a great tool to do that, which is really just to challenge those thoughts. And we really have to stop ignoring them, really. So now you can reach for better feeling thoughts. And the way to do that is to say, my mind is thinking this, not me. Separate yourself from it for a little while you practice this, to be like, my mind is thinking this because of the programming. So now if my mind is involved in everything that I do, which it is, get your mind involved in what you want it to do, how you want it to react, what you want it to think, by shifting, pivoting, reprogramming, telling it a new story, and working through it and talking through it, doing all that you need to do to get that new program, that new fancy upgrade, the U 2.0, to a new program that works for you instead of against you. And with practice, I promise you, you will have a mind that does exactly what you want it to do. It won't always be perfect. You're going to have little glitches, but you'll be able to recalibrate so much faster. It's really magical. Try it out, practice it, and let me know how it goes. Bye, everyone.